Hey, friendly Schneider drivers, friendly Bill coming at you. I just made a scathing video and I decided to delete it and maybe go at this in a different angle. Okay, I just watched the February 2020 sustainment video that Schneider put out on Compass. I always watch the training videos. For one thing, you have to. But for the other thing, once in a while, something will pop up and I'm like, oh, that's useful information. And I'm not trying to be a smart aleck when I say that, but I've been doing this 4 years, so some of the training videos, they're really for rookies. But I still watch them. I mean, they're still useful. That being said, the February 2020 sustainment is about ETAs and NATs. And I made a scathing video about that, but I'm going to step back and go at this different angle. For you new drivers, don't get frustrated, because the reason that you shouldn't get frustrated is that there are veteran drivers out here that have been driving for Schneider for 20, 30 years, and they still are updating their ETAs and NATs all day long as they go. And the reason they're doing that is because, initially you get a load, you look at it, you look at weather, you look at terrain, you look at a few things. Okay, it's a live load, I get there at 7, I'm going to get there an hour early. Okay, 2 hours to load and hit the road, and you do all this stuff, and you set your ETAs. But here's the thing. There's always factors that you cannot plan for. For instance, you're under the assumption that the address you're given is correct. You're under the assumption that the customer is going to be ready for you. You're under the assumption they're not going to overload you. You're under the assumption that all the data that you're given as a driver is going to be correct. So you set your ETAs based on that, and you do your best, okay? Don't get frustrated when you're setting your ETAs and nothing is going to plan, because that's typical. Okay, I've been doing this for 4 years, and when I first started, I'm still super focused on ETAs and NATs. That hasn't changed, but I've also come to understand that these ETAs and these NATs are a best case scenario. You're always setting your ETAs and NATs for the best case scenario, and there's always going to be things that come up that are going to delay the NATs. They're going to delay you as a driver. And it's not your fault. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's not your fault. So don't get frustrated. This is typical. This is the way it is. And I know as a driver, when I first started 4 years ago, I got incredibly frustrated, and it would build up inside, and But as I drove more and more, I just kind of accepted, this is the way it is. This is trucking, and I've got used to it. It doesn't mean it's right, but that's the way it is. And once you accept that and kind of, set your ETAs, best case scenario, and once you understand that, then you don't get so frustrated. But yeah, just a short video on the February sustainment video. The videos, like I said, I watch them all. Every once in a while there'll be a nugget of new information that I need, but a lot of it's repetitive, and it applies to new drivers, and I understand why they do it. But anyway, yeah, don't get frustrated. Friendly Bill on the highway. I'm on my 34-hour restart. One thing I do when I have a 34-hour restart, I like to do things that are positive. And everybody has things they do when they're on their 34-hour restart. I'm a retired graphic designer. I do like to draw still once in a while, so I decided to make my kids Valentine's Day cards. And I sent these to my ex-wife. This one's for Delia, my daughter, and she knows me as Big Bear, so I drew a bear holding a Valentine. And my son Noah, he's 9. He wants a truck when he grows up, so I drew him in a truck. Just kind of cartoony stuff, just fun to do. It took about an hour to do both of them. So anyway, Friendly Bill, I'll see you on the road. Schneider drivers, you rock. Catch you on the flip flop.